Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation. Thank you for joining me. Well, I haven't shaved and I have a bit of a cold, but I'm running a little slow, but I wanted to get this done. I wanted to get some more videos done. So here we are, on with the show. What if you were an immortal being in a timeless reality that knew everything that it needed to know, an aspect of the infinite, an extension of source energy, and you were toiling around one day, well, not really a day since it is timeless, but you were with a whole bunch of your friends and you were, why don't we make a reality that's a physical reality and give it a reference called time so that we would have some kind of delineation of things? And you and a whole bunch of your friends chose to go and forget that you were timeless and that you were immortal, and that you would have the idea that you think you could die, when in reality it's just multiple simultaneous lifetimes, and death is the illusion, the peeling back of the veil back to the infinite. So you came with a whole bunch of your friends to play out all these different roles and ideas, to be the student, to be the teacher, to be the brother, to be the sister, to be the basketball player, to be the football player, to be the queen, to be the pauper, to be the pauper, to be the queen, and to play out all these different roles. And you've done so for centuries upon centuries upon centuries upon centuries, upon millennia and millennia and millennia. And now we're coming to a time of remembering that we are infinite immortal beings. It is now possible in this new day and age that you can remember that you are immortal and that you are a timeless being in a timeless reality, a part of the infinite, an aspect of the infinite, an extension of source energy. It's been said, God, Yahweh, higher power, organic connection between all living things, heaven and hell, Valhalla, all these labels that I'm going to put on it are things that ideas after, before, after the cycle of life on Earth. And it's all these other energy states have been giving these different names, with the human construct, the ego construct, trying to reach out and grasp what might be after. And in this day and age, there's so much information coming through, superposition and collapse of the waveform, that nothing exists until it's perceived. The Big Bang Theory, there's an element of the Big Bang Theory that if you don't use the infinity symbol, whatever you want to call the infinity symbol, the infinite, eternal, that the mathematics breaks down. And if you do use the infinity symbol, the mathematics breaks down into multiple unique, infinite parallel timelines. There's infinite possibilities within that Big Bang, and that you can switch to different ones. So all these things that we're learning and that are coming up that are anew, the idea that you are an immortal being and that you came to Earth with a whole bunch of your friends to forget, how exciting would that be to be an immortal being and go, what? We can make a construct that we can actually forget, still be connected, but not know we're connected to the infinite, not know that we are the infinite, not know that, what I'm doing to this other person is just as much being done to me as it is being done to all beings, because all is one. And only very, 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 very strong souls volunteered. And you did volunteer. This is not like, oh, you've been bad, you need to go to Earth. It was a very high prioritized voluntary process where, matter of fact, the Earth, the collective as a whole, all souls within the Earth are kind of like, if there's an interview process where you have to be able to be of an energetic state nowadays to be able to come and be on the Earth plane. And that's a very extensive type of thing to try to explain. There's tons of videos on that. But in essence, you have to be of an energetic state of a lighter nature to be able to be on Earth plane, and especially from here on out. And to be an older soul, very likely, one that's had quite a bit of experience and knows who and what it is. So this idea of being an immortal being in a timeless reality, and that to have a different point of view, to have a fourth to fifth density state point of view, where in the fourth density state, some people call it third density, but fourth density, 3 layers up, down, left, and right, and time would be 4. And the fifth density is the being not so stuck in time and knowing that you are immortal and recognizing who and what you are and being able to communicate with other types of life that might exist outside of Earth. Because you got to think, there's 100 trillion, billion, quillion, zillion stars out there, and the known universe, and we're in a little tiny part of just one big piece of the universe. Probably some other life out there, and what an exciting time we live in to be able to have that point of view. So the fifth density point of view is knowing that you are an immortal being in a timeless reality, and living your life out in that way, being able to go, well, I know that entity is being angry at me, and they're not happy, and they don't realize that they're an immortal being in a timeless reality. So you can still give them love and still give them some understanding, and that's a new point of view. That is a different point of view than you've ever had before, and that's the whole point of the journey, is to see, would it be possible to forget and go to an environment that is timeless, from a timeless environment to an environment that is physical reality, and that you have the idea of death, and you don't remember that you're immortal, and that you're an aspect of the infinite, and you're eternally loved. And to play out this roles with your friends, brother, sister, mother, daughter, slave, master, all these types of things. Prince, princess, pauper, all that type of ideas, and see if you could not destroy the earth and everybody and everything on it, and make it to a time where you could remember. Ta-da! And in my understanding, this is the furthest in this type of experiment that's ever happened. And from here, from 2013, 1,000 years of peace on the earth is my understanding. And at the end of 1,000 years, humans will no longer need to incarnate into the fifth density type of reality. And it will create a new type of spirit being. And it's said that can't even be conveyed, what that means, to the human brain in this particular density state at this particular time. That the Phoenix frequency will uplift us to a place with all the others that will come and join us. To have a new type of spirit being. I was like, ooh, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that, because that sounds really, really interesting. So I hope that was helpful. I touched on a whole bunch of little ideas along the way, and those ideas are so expansive that they would take hours upon hours to be able to explain. I'm always happy to take an hour out of my time to have a conversation with anyone, explain any of these ideas, or anything else that you might want to talk about. And that you are immortal, and that you are loved, and that there are many things you can do now to recognize that. Mental exercises, there's sacred circuitry that can be done, different types of frequencies that can be listened to, for like binaural frequencies, things like that. And I'm always happy to have a conversation. I do business coaching and life coaching, spiritual coaching, so I do have a vast amount of experience for all kinds of different things, and I've had some weird life experience as far as the spiritual side as well. Near-death experiences and all this type of stuff that, I'm pretty well prepared to talk about anything. So thank you very much for watching. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.